In this problem, we've got some grouped data, and we're going to try to estimate a mean for it. The problem says that researchers were developing a new intelligence test and trying to decide the maximum time to allow for completion. So basically, they tested all these people and saw how long it took for them to complete. There were 24 people, and then we have their time to complete the test. And they made this histogram based on that data. So you have the time it took down here on the bottom, and you have the frequency, that is how many people fell in each of these groups. Now if we want to calculate a mean here, we can't do it exactly because we don't know where exactly each of these 7 people in this one fell along this range. So we're going to estimate it by taking those 7 people and multiplying them by the midpoint of this group. So the midpoint is 600. Here the midpoint is 800, here the midpoint is 1,000, and here the midpoint is 1,200, and here the midpoint is 1,400. And we're going to take, actually we can take the number of people here and multiply it by the midpoint and then divide all of that by the total sample size, 24. Or another way to think about this is just to take the relative frequency of each of these chunks, each of these classes, and multiply it by the midpoint. So that's how I'm going to write it out here. Now there are 24 total in this sample, so the relative frequency of the first chunk is 7/24. We'll multiply that by 600. Then we'll add 8/24 times 800, and 5/24 times 1,000, and 3/24 times 1,200, and 1/24 times 1,400. All right, so let me pull out my calculator and spend some time on this. And what I get when I crunch all those numbers is 858.3. So that is our estimated mean for this grouped data.